how to structure your book in 10 steps. So let's get started. You need to focus on your characters. Create characters which you care about first. In fact, place this task above writing your plot. You need to love your characters, and more importantly, your readers need to love your characters. Otherwise, they don't read your book. Plus, when you care about the characters, you are easily motivated to keep writing. So write your story for your characters, just write their story. So when it comes to characters versus plot, which is more important? Is it your plot or your characters? I say start with your characters. Now, let your characters control the story so that they remain real. Give them a believable and interesting background and history which drives them. Now, these details create their actions and they thus then create your story, which is your plot. A character-driven story is super important. You want to develop characters who will drive your story. Ask what your character wants and needs, and how are those things different? What is the internal conflict here? Why can't they have them both? And what's holding them back? Next, find and create the external obstacles that your character will encounter and hopefully overcome in your story arc. A character-centered writing, it is essential. Now, create tension around your characters. Start with a monologue to get into a character by having them tell their story. You can use this as a reference while writing your novel, and you can also use it to actively or just as a reference so that when you need to go back to that character, you understand their essence and you can capture that in your writing. Use the character's point of view. Write from your character's point of view. Brainstorm the overall manuscript. Envision the life of your characters. Start word building for your characters and developing the adventure for their story. Remember your settings and plot. Borrow structure from within your genre. Break it down to the fundamentals of the story arc and recreate it with new characters, new problems, and new character arcs of your own. Adapt these to your story so you can emulate and create other authors. And of course, borrow from your genre structure to create a new story. Create a general idea of what's going to happen in your manuscript. Regardless if you're a plotter or a pantser, write out the milestones which drive your story and formulate your story arc. The story arc outline is absolutely essential. Construct your outline and ensure you have a strong middle to keep the setup and payoff engaging. Over 50% of your story is considered the middle, so it's essential that your characters and their desires, adventures, and ulterior motives, they have to drive the story forward. If at any time you are bored, your readers have already stopped reading. So make sure you cover this. Create a strong middle. Establish your big idea for the book. Now, this is where you're driving the story forward from beginning to end by maintaining focus on your overall plot. Be very clear in that. Focus on the big concept. Write a compelling reader-first opener, which sets the tone of your story and keeps your reader as the primary focus for the purpose of your writing. That would be your opening hook. Now, once you have your structure and your outline, you need to start writing and just keep writing. But you're probably asking the same question as many other new authors.